What business model should you choose as a coach? Hi, I'm Ruth and I'm passionate about helping people live the life that they want to live on their terms. I talk about coaching, positive psychology, neuroscience, and business growth, because if you want to live a fulfilling life, then you want to be going from a 0 to a +5 in positive psychology, rather than focusing on bringing you up to a 0. I'm going to be diving deep into the different business models so you can start to think about what is right for you. There is a narrative that you need to start with one-to-one. And the idea is that one-to-one coaching is really where you cut your teeth. One-to-one coaching is great because you can get a depth of experience. It's actually great because you are learning a lot more about people. And coaching is the business of people. So by having experience of coaching people one-to-one, you're able to understand people even better. However, if you're really thinking about being a coach, you know that I'm a big fan about accreditation. You need to have 100 hours to be an accredited coach with the International Coaching Federation. So you will have done a fair old bit of one-to-one coaching already. So what I'm going to say to you is really consider, what do I enjoy doing? Where do I get my passion and my spark? How do my clients respond to the different things that I do? And what would work for them? Your best business model uses the skills that you enjoy the most and fits what your ideal client, dream client, target audience are looking for. So it might be that you just work with people one-to-one. And some people poo-poo this as a business model because they say you're trading time for money, it's not scalable. But actually it can be scalable, because you could set up as a coach working with people one-to-one. And as you grow, you could train people in your coaching methodology and you could have a team of associates if you wanted. Or you can just work with people one-to-one, and that can be your model. Now, of course, that does limit scalability. And often people like working with groups of people. So then you can be looking at adding on group or team coaching. So the difference between group and team coaching, you're working with a group of people who've got a shared common aim or goal. When you're working as a team coach, it's normal to have a co-facilitator. And that can be a really interesting and exciting place to be. By working with people in a team, you're able to often add on one-to-one coaching, but you're able to have more of an impact. And you're getting into things like group dynamics, you're getting things into strengths, you're helping that whole team perform better. And I know that I love team coaching, and I love also having team coaching within our organisation, because you're able to really understand each other at a deeper level, which means that your relationships, your communication and your performance is enhanced. So if you're looking at team coaching, I would recommend that you do some further training, because it is slightly different to working with people one-to-one. The other alternative is that you set up group coaching. So this could be in a corporate environment, or it could be working with individuals. Now, groups are slightly different to teams in that it's very rare to have a group that has a common goal. However, you could be looking at developing groups that have got similar goals, working on similar things. If you've got group coaching, think about the parameters. Is it going to be a period of time, 6 weeks, 12 weeks, 6 months, whatever works for you? And how frequently will people attend? And how big will the group be? I think for group coaching, you don't want to go bigger than 10. So looking at kind of 5 to 10 people is a really nice place to start. The great thing about this is people learn from each other too, but you need to think about group dynamics and how you're managing those group dynamics. Definitely something that I have got better at, because I have had times in the past where there have been people who've dominated the group, and I probably have not been, well, I definitely have not been managing it as well as I could. So we've got group. So group allows you to scale, it allows you to have bigger impact, but it also means that this might be more affordable. So if you're thinking about your business model, your one-to-one is normally at the top. Then you might have group or team. You might have events or workshops, and think about how those will feed in. So it could be that you run an event. From there you offer one-to-one coaching. From there you offer group coaching. From there you offer you offer a series of workshops. So workshops can be great for people to get to know you. They can be bigger. So we run those in our hub membership, and we have 100 plus people, or they might be small and more intimate, which would mean that they would be a higher cost. So thinking again about what works for you. Are you somebody who likes smaller groups, or are you great with bigger groups? So again, even within this business model, you're starting to think about, okay, what works really well for me and for my audience? How big is my audience? How likely is it that I can fill a room with 100 people? And if I do that, is the event going to be making the money, or am I going to sell something afterwards? And then you've got things like memberships. So memberships I love, and the reason I love memberships is actually the reason why I love group as well, and I love training, community. I think that I am quite unique in the fact that I absolutely love people, and I love supporting people. And the thing that is great for me about memberships is that you have like-minded people in a space who support each other, as well as you delivering the content. So memberships, they can be an interesting sell. You want to think about how it's different and how you're creating value. Our membership is quite unique in that we provide ICF accredited training and every month in our membership. So it's a great place for coaches to hang out. However, it might be, think about what you provide, think about the journey, think about who it's for, think about how you can retain people, think about your point of difference. Again, how do you feed that business model? So you're really thinking, okay, what is my lowest priced item? Maybe that's a digital product. Maybe that's a group program. Maybe that is a hybrid of digital and group. Maybe it's a hybrid of digital and one-to-one. And then where do people go? So it could be that you love teaching and coaching. So you create programs where you teach and then you add in some coaching. And then you have your coaching at the top. It could be that you create digital products and there is a pathway where people go. What you need to think about is, where do I really get my energy from? And what do I love doing? I know that I could teach for 20 hours a week and I would still be really high energy. I can't coach for that same period of time because the way that I hold space when I'm coaching means that my energy is more depleted because I do take on stuff. I do a lot of work, not to, but I have to do that work afterwards. So when I'm thinking about my business model, it's also thinking about my time. And what I would recommend you doing when you're mapping this out is think about the pathway and the journey and think about adding one thing at a time. And one of the things that I see lots of people getting in a tiz about is they create a business model. Let's say they create a membership model and then over time they fall out of love with it, but they believe because they've created it, they need to stay there. And what I would say is give things at least 6 months, test them, but don't be afraid if something's not working to change it or to walk away. The way that you create your business is personal to you. For every different business structure, you need to think about how you are feeding that structure. How are you getting people in? And making sure that that matches what people want and need. So I would love you to draw out with one-to-one at the top your structure and think about that ascension model from going from the first point of contact, which might be free, up to the most expensive, which is always your time one-to-one. Now, it might be at the beginning you just have a free lead magnet, a free Facebook group, your LinkedIn profile, a webinar, and then it goes to one-to-one. But over time, you might add in a lower price digital product or a workshop or an event, or you might add in lower priced group coaching or a membership. But start to think about what makes sense. And when you're doing it, check in with what feels exciting for you. I hope you found this useful. If you want to ask me any questions, please do so below. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, I'd like you to like and subscribe. And remember to keep abreast of all of our new videos. Just ring that bell and you'll be notified when any new ones come out. And we'd love to hear feedback from you. So if you'd like to post beneath your biggest takeaway and equally anything that you'd like to hear me talk about, we're always open to feedback.